The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
Well, this is the Alpha Sessions. I'm Emma, and I'm here with Rosey Cale. Hello.
Hi.
I was just wondering, how did the music thing start for you originally?
I guess I've always been in a musical family, but the songwriting journey started quite late for me. I started writing lyrics when I was about 15, but never actually put them to a song or anything like that until I was probably 18, 19, and then went to an open mic when I was 19 and decided that from there, people were saying, oh, I should gig and things like that. So it sort of started slowly for me a bit later on, and I sort of wish that I'd done it a bit sooner, but I suppose everything happens for a reason, I guess. So yeah, it's been a good journey for me so far.
So would you say that initially they were more like poems?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I went to a lot of festivals growing up over the summer and things, and hearing artists and sort of almost singing poems, I guess. But it was just a way for me to say how I felt through. I suppose in my head I had some sort of tune there, but I never put it to any chords or anything like that. It was sort of like a not a tuneless song, but yeah, that sort of thing, sort of rhythmic poetry, I guess.
So would you say that's still the same order of how things go nowadays? Do the lyrics always come first?
No, not at all. I think every song is completely different for me, and I always say that. I think if I am in the car and I'm driving along and suddenly get an idea, I'll sort of pull over and sing a voice note, or if I'm playing around with my guitar, I might play something and I'm like, oh, I want to write that down. So I'll write some lyrics to that sort of hook line, I suppose. Or then I will start with lyrics, and if I'm feeling really low and I just need to write about it, then I'll do that. So every single song is a completely different journey for me.
Because you also play guitar and piano.
Yeah.
What came first?
Piano. So we always had a piano in the house growing up. And it was just something that I sat at, and my dad played piano as well. So he sort of taught me how to read music and things like that. But I never actually did chords until later on. And that was just something that came with time and practice. But then guitar was something I wanted to have something a bit more portable for gigs and things like that. So yeah, I think for me, it was the piano that came first, but I still love the excitement that guitar brings when you sort of master it.
So what is it for you that determines whether the song is going to start with piano or guitar, or does it just depend on the mood of the song?
Oh, a lot of the time my go-to for writing is piano, but sometimes I'll think, oh, I don't like how this is working on piano, and then I'll change to guitar. So yeah, sometimes I'll do both, and I'll do a version on both and see which one I prefer, and I'll take them both to the studio, and we might do a piano version and we might do a guitar version and see what works. But most of the time when I'm in the studio, it tends to be guitar we go for, really. But it was only my Christmas song, I'll Be Your Baby, that we did on piano for the first time, and I played in the studio, and I'd never recorded my own instrument or my own playing, I guess, on one of my songs. It was always somebody else playing for me.
Wow, that must be quite strange now then.
Yeah, it's a odd experience, sort of recording your own songs in a studio, and there's a lot more pressure there. I feel much more relaxed when I know I've got a professional in to do the job for me.
Can we talk about your latest track, because that was just released a couple of weeks ago now?
Yeah.
What's it about?
So for me, I guess it's about betrayal, and about being honest with your partners, and just if you ever make a mistake within a relationship, that sort of, would you really confess everything you've done? And I suppose it's the words I wish that had been said during a difficult part of my life. So yeah, it's a combination of things, really.
Does your inspiration for that song come from a personal story, or is it more of a...
very much personal, yeah. But not necessarily my mistakes, other people's.
Okay. And how come you chose to, do you have to do anything different releasing this track because we were all in lockdown than normal? Whatever normal is.
I haven't really done much different. It in all honesty, I think it's probably helped that we've been on lockdown and people are sat at home listening to new music. So for me, it hasn't changed very much. Obviously, I can't go out to gig and sort of promote it that way, but I've been able to do live sessions, which I've never done before. So yeah, I guess it's slightly different, but not that much different in this day and age, really. It's not the same as obviously putting out CDs and things like that. It's all digital anyway. So yeah, it hasn't really made much difference.
Didn't know how to say I'm finding this life hard. Didn't want to seem weak, I just wanted to escape the things that left me feeling worthless. But I can't do this to you anymore. I would start my whole life over if I could. If I could take all of this pain from you, I would. 'Cause I can't bear to break your heart in two, and I can't bear the thought of waking up without you here. But my mistake turned into a lifetime of regret. When does a secret turn into a lie? When you hide it away, afraid that someone will find. If I told you, would it hurt you? Or if you found out, would it hurt you more? I would start my whole life over if I could. If I could take all of this pain from you, I would. 'Cause I can't bear to break your heart in two, and I can't bear the thought of waking up without you here. But my mistake turned into a lifetime of regret. Keep it in, don't let it out. Did I give myself away? Did I let the truth slip out? Keep it in, don't let it out. Did I give myself away? Did I let the truth slip out? I would start my whole life over if I could. If I could take all of this pain from you, I would. 'Cause I can't bear to break your heart in two, and I can't bear the thought of waking up without you here. But my mistake turned into a lifetime of regret.
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
You also do Sunday covers every
Yeah.
Sunday, which I think is really cool, and you've been doing for quite a while now. What is it about a song that makes you want to cover it?
Oh, good question. I think I love looking for new music, and I like music that puts out a good message, and I really like songs with good lyrics. I think they just, when they're able to tell a story, that's really important to me. And so I like to promote other people's music that makes me feel something. And yeah, it was just a way of sort of promoting other artists that I liked that people may not have heard of any other way. Yeah, I just like the YouTube community as well. They've always been really supportive. So I thought I'd do a weekly thing as a sort of way to communicate with them.
Have you got a favourite cover that you do at the moment?
Oh, good question. I always like to sing the Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yeah.
I love stripping that right back.
Yeah.
And I also love a bit of Shania as well.
Good answer. So, although all your songs are about personal experiences, I know that you obviously write a little bit about Mirror Mirror on your website. And it leads me to my next question, I guess. Well, first of all, do you want to tell us a little bit about that, just to explain to everyone that hasn't heard the song?
Yeah, so Mirror Mirror is about my battle with anorexia nervosa, and it was something I suffered with from early teens, really, and just having low confidence with body image, and it took me a long time to recover from it. And it was through that process of battling against it and the sort of counselling I was going through that I thought, actually, I need to write about this personally, because it's not something you want to talk to everybody about. It's something very personal, and it's a journey that only you can go through. So for me, it was sort of a triumph song, I suppose, to remind myself how far I'd come, and just for anybody who else was going through the same thing as me, that actually you can come out the other side of it.
I wanted to say how amazing that it was that you put all of that on your website, and how upfront you were about it. I thought it was really refreshing.
Thank you very much.
Particularly because, like, everyone at the moment, well, there is a lot of chat about mental health, and particularly with us being in quarantine at the moment, obviously, like, people's minds have been quite sensitive and vulnerable. So I guess it all links quite well, and it's something that I think we should all be talking about. So I think that's really awesome.
100%, thank you.
It kind of leads me to my next question, which is what I was saying earlier about the lockdown kind of taking its toll on people's mental health. What's it been like for you as a musician?
It's been an interesting process. The first couple of months I was really proactive, and sort of I set myself a songwriting challenge, and I'd write every day, and that was sort of like 30 days, and then I'd sit down and sort of do a bit of online stuff. But I think the longer we go through this lockdown, it gets a little harder each day. So I'm just trying to remind myself that we're only in this for the short term, and I've got to keep busy. I'm spending a lot of the time in the garden, sort of planting vegetables, and they're sort of getting me through, because you sort of see how far they grow in that time, and hopefully there's something to look forward to as well. But yeah, I think as a musician, it's quite a scary time, because without the gigs and things, there's no light at the end of the tunnel yet, because we don't know when gigs are going to be back open, or whether we're going to have to go back into lockdown once things start open again. We don't know. So I think just keeping the live streams going sort of as much as possible, not too many obviously, but yeah, just interacting with people online is getting me through at the moment, and people are being so supportive with the new single. So yeah, it's pushing me on and keeping me motivated. So yeah.
What's your setup like? Are you on your own, or?
So I'm living with my mum, and my sister and her fiance are here as well with their 2 cats.
Oh wow, cool. So there's quite a few of you.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, we sort of have an evening game night, and on the weekends we're planning to do our own desert island disc. So we've all chosen different songs. I'm still in the middle of choosing mine. It's a nightmare. Trying to choose 8 of your favourite songs is really hard.
Mental, can't do it. Has being in lockdown made you listen to any music that you wouldn't normally listen to?
Yeah. I mean, I can't name any particular, because I've listened to so much new music but I tend to try and listen to a lot of new music anyway. I like to promote artists that won't necessarily be in the sort of top 40 or on the New Music Friday. I like to find artists that are a bit like me, where we're all independent, trying to push our own music. But it's been nice to watch other people grow through this time and see what other people are creating, because it's so weird to be in this experience, and I think it's important that we reach out to other artists as well who might be struggling.
Who have you been watching and looking out for?
So I've got a couple of friends who are releasing music at the moment. There's Ilaria Angharad, who's also a Welsh artist. You may know of her, and she's lovely. And it's been really nice to connect with people like that who are Welsh and obviously sat at home trying to promote. And then people through the Bells and Gals, and Kelsey, I don't know how to say her surname, I think it's Bovey.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, she's releasing new music at the moment, and Danny
cool.
Mahan is releasing stuff. So
he's been on the show a few times.
Oh, really? Good.
He's good.
So yeah, people like that, just sort of reaching out to new people that I wouldn't necessarily have met as soon as I am now because of the whole lockdown. But yeah, it's great to watch out for independent artists, and yeah.
That's really cool. And what about your track, The Keeper? I was quite, what's the word, struck by this one because I think most people write sad songs, and you kind of made a point of writing a happy song or a positive song. And I have this discussion with my mates all the time about how like beats of songs that you think are really happy are actually about really sad things. Yeah. Why did you feel the need to specifically write a song that was so positive, go out of your way to make that happen?
I don't know really. I think I was in that similar mindset of listening to music and thinking this is such a happy song, but it's about such a sad topic.
Yeah.
And I guess I wanted to write a song for all the good guys in my life. And everybody had said to me, oh, she's a keeper or he's a keeper. And it was just a phrase that kept coming up. And I was like, actually, that would make a really good song. I'm writing the positives of those people that we call the keepers.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it to my friends as well, when good guys do things and whether they buy you a bunch of flowers or they just text you to say they're thinking of you. And it's important that we put out a positive message for guys especially, because they get so much stick a lot of the time there are loads of girls that cheat as well, but a lot of the time the songs are about the guys that have cheated, and I wanted to put out that positive message to the guys that may be suffering with mental health because they're not one of the bad guys. So yeah, for me that was important to put out that message.
He drives you to the coast when you're feeling down, makes you laugh so hard to turn your frown around, takes you home to meet his mom. He's not afraid to say he's wrong, does what he can to help his grand, doesn't care if it takes longer than he planned, always thinks of others first, loves you even at your worst. I'm thinking, damn, I'm a lucky girl. That's when you know he's the one. He'll move mountains for your love. You found a keeper, and he'll give you the world, show the world that you're his girl. You found a keeper. He makes you breakfast in bed with a cup of tea, tells you that you make the perfect team. If you fall, he'll pick you up, forgive you every time you mess up. He works hard to make you proud, not afraid to say he loves you right out loud. He is crazy, kind and smart, but he's so gentle with your heart. I'm thinking, damn, he's a work of art. That's when you know he's the one. He'll move mountains for your
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
Who would you say are your influences, generally speaking?
I love artists like Sarah Bareilles. I love her way of writing and
Have
her
you seen her
lyrics.
show?
Yeah, I have. It's so good. Luckily, I saw it before because it's obviously shut now. But I saw it in February when it was in London.
Cool.
And oh God, it was just amazing. I saw her in it because I wanted to see her specifically. And it was just phenomenal. So yeah, artists like her that aren't necessarily the most popular. Obviously, she is very popular, but in terms of the sort of top artists who like have massive fame, I think she's a big idol for me. People like Kelly Clarkson with vocals like that. I mean, who wouldn't want to be like them? So yeah, they're Shania Twain, Taylor Swift, all the sort of normal country people that obviously country artists go for. Yeah, there's so many people that I listen to. I don't necessarily go down a specific path, but there are a few names that come up.
You mentioned that you guys are playing Desert Island Discs earlier. Can we ask how many tracks you've gotten down to and what you've whittled it down to?
I think I've got something like 25 tracks so far. And I'm trying to cut them down.
It's 8, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. So it's gonna take a little while to get those to my top 8. I think because music's so important to me, and I mean, you can just hear a song and go instantly back to any time that you first heard it, or whether it's a specific memory. So for me, I think it's really important that I sit and whittle it down to my final 8. But yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
And we said this off air briefly, and I think it's hilarious that you actually asked the question. So what we normally do for people that listen to this show, when you're in the studio, one of our kind of most regular questions is if you could do a dream gig in a dream venue, what venue would it be? Who would it be with? That they could be dead or alive.
Okay.
That's the first part of the question. I'll give you a few minutes to kind of like process.
No, I think I could do that. I would love to sing in the Opry. I think that's just a standard country venue that I would love to sing in.
Yes.
But I think I would probably duet with Hunter Hayes. There's something about his vocals that every time I hear him sing, I'm like, wow, like it just makes me melt. So yeah, I think with him, I think we'd make a great duo.
Okay. This is a big question. If you could have a dream rider, what would be on that dream rider?
Yeah. I think I'd probably go for... I mean, I probably shouldn't have chocolate on a gig, but I always do anyway. I would go for strawberries because they're one of my tops. Probably like a load of fruit. And... Ooh. Probably like some Disaronno and Coke and ice. And I'm not a massive person for sort of wanting a lot. I think I just like my little comforts.
Yeah, why not? Do you have any like pre-gig rituals that you have to do before you go on stage?
No, I don't. I know so many people, but so we did a UK tour of a theatre show last year called Eye of the Storm, and she won't mind me saying this, but one of the girls I worked with called Caitlin, she before every show would have to play one of Stevie Wonder's songs, and it was a specific Stevie Wonder song, and we'd have to listen to it in the dressing room every day before we went on. And it was really eye-opening for me because so many people have different ways of going about before they do shows, whether they wear lucky pants, whether they wear whatever, socks, or I don't know, whether they have to spin around 3 times. I don't have anything specific that I do necessarily. Maybe I'll squirt a couple of bits of perfume so I smell nice and not horrible on stage, but apart from that, I don't think I'd have anything specific.
And then finally, what are you working on at the moment? And if we could find out more about you, where can we go? What can we do?
So I'm trying to work on some merch. I've never had any merch before, so
Ooh,
that's something
exciting.
that's something I'm working on. But it's taken a little while to make sure that I sort of get things that I don't know. People would. It's really odd ordering things with my name on, and I'm like, why would somebody order something with my name on? But there
Why
we are.
not?
I know. It's just an odd concept to me at the moment. But I'm also working on a new single.
Amazing.
And it's one that I find it's probably my most upbeat song that I've released so far. So it's making me really excited, and I'm really proud of it. So hopefully that'll be coming out over the summer at some point. But yeah, you can find me on social media, on my website, roseycale.com, and I do have a mailing list coming hopefully this weekend. I haven't had one before, so it's a new experience for me. But yeah, just any socials, YouTube, all those sorts of places.
And it's Rosey Cale with an EY and a CALE.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's been a pleasure. It's been so nice to talk to you.
It's been so nice to chat to you, and I'm hoping that once this is all over, we can get you in the studio properly for a live session.
Yes, I would love that.
Not that this wasn't proper, but like the vibes.
I mean, no, it's been great. Thank you.
There's a long plate of food sitting on the countertop, and a cold cup of coffee. She turns his bedside light off. She's got ice cold feet and an empty left side of the bed, and she tries to sleep, but the thoughts are running through her head. He said she's overthinking, she's got it wrong. She's staring at the ceiling, he won't be long, but she's had a funny feeling something's not right. This isn't the first time, no. It's 11:32 and he's still not home. She's lost count of the time. She's had to fall asleep. All I know is he's got a lot to do. Says he's gonna be late, so she packs up her bags. Yeah, she's gonna vacate. It's 11:32 and he hasn't called. She knows where he is. She ain't worried at all. He's been lying, playing games. She ain't crying, 'cause she knows his secret and she knows her name. Mary Jane. She's known for a while, but he didn't think she knew where he'd been. How could she ignore the day he had a scent on his skin? When a name showed up on his phone, it wasn't one she'd forget. He poured salt in the wound and told her it was all in her head. He said she's overthinking, she's got it wrong. She's staring at the ceiling, he won't be long, but she's had a funny feeling something's not right. This isn't the first time, no. It's 11:32 and he's still not home. She's lost count of the time. She's had to fall asleep. All on her own, he's got a lot to do. Says he's gonna be late, so she packs up her bags. Yeah, she's gonna vacate. It's 11:32 and he hasn't called. She knows where he is. She ain't worried at all. He's been lying, playing games. She ain't crying, 'cause she knows his secret and she knows her name. Mary Jane. He's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheater. He's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheater. He's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheater. A cheater, a cheater. He's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheater. He's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheater. He's a cheat, he's a cheat, he's a cheater. A cheater, a cheater. It's 11:32 and he's still not home. She's lost count of the time. She's had to fall asleep. All I know is he's got a lot says he's gonna be late. So she packs up her bags, she's going